Hello viewers, I greet you and welcome you into this first quantitative reasoning solution edition on Ugo C Ugo 23rd edition test 1 being simplified by Mr. M.A. Kingsley Hill. Although it's an aptitude test on National Common Entrance Examination. Before I proceed, I would like to say the main objective of this video is to help those who are finding it difficult in facing the challenges we have in quantitative reasoning, basically on National Common Entrance Examination. Okay, now let's move to section 1. Before I proceed, let's look at the sample here. Here we'll say 14 plus 7 will give you 21. 63 plus 7 will give you 70. 121 plus 7 will give you 128. In other words, we keep adding 7 to the first numbers in order to get the second one, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at this number 1. For us to find the value given to us, we have to first of all admit the fact that the working on each sample might be different from what we are going to do in the exercise given. Here would say 6 multiplied by 2 is equals to 12. 5 multiplied by 2 is equals to 10. 7 multiplied by 2 is equals to 14. So therefore Q is equals to 14. In number 2, here we are not going to multiply, rather than to find the square root of each and every first number given in the bracket. That is, we are to find the square root of 25. That will give us 5. Find the square root of W, that is equals to 6, and that's for us to find the value of W. Here we'll say 6 times 6, and that will give us 36. So therefore the value of W is equals to 36. Now let's proceed to number 3. Here we are to find the square of the first numbers in each bracket. Here we're going to say 7 square is equals to 7 times 7, and that will give us 49. 8 square is equals to 8 times 8, and that is equals to 64. R square is equals to R times R, and that will give me 81. So we have to find the square root of 81, and that is equals to 9. So the value of R is equals to 9. Now let's proceed to number 4. Here we'll say T square is equals to 144. 11 square is equals to 121. 10 square is equals to 100. Now how do we find the value of T? Here we are going to find the square root of 144, and that is equals to 12. So T is equals to 12. Now in number 5, we are to multiply the first numbers by itself. That is 2 times 2 will give you 4. 3 times 3 will give you 9. 4 times 4 is equals to 16. So therefore the value of y is equals to 9. Now let's proceed to section B. Here we are going to add 7 plus 7 will give you 14, and this is applicable to the second one and also the third one. Now let's see how to find the value of g, or the missing number there. Here, since the answer here has been given and we're looking for the value that will enable us to get the upper number, that is the main answer, we are going to subtract. That is 100 minus 64. Okay, sorry, what is being given there is 63. Rather, we say 100 minus 63. Now we are going to borrow. Since it's not possible for us to subtract 3 from 0, we borrow from 1, add it here, borrow 1 from it again, you have 9, add it here, we now have 10. 10 minus 3 will give us 7. 9 minus 6 will give you 3. So the value of g is equals to 37. Now let's proceed to number 7. Here we are to add, since we are looking for the sum. We say 144 plus 78. So we say 4 plus 8 will give you 12. Write 2 and carry 1. 1 plus 4 will give you 5, and 5 plus 7 will give us 12. Write 2 and carry 1, and 1 plus 1 will give us 2. So therefore the value of n is equals to 222. Now let's proceed to number 8. Here we are going to subtract, since the main answer has been given. How do we do that? We say 20.0 minus 13.7. Of course, we are to first of all take away 7 from 0. It's not possible, and we can't borrow from the first 0 here. Rather come here and borrow. We have 1, add it here, subtract 1 from it again, you have 9, add it here, we have 10. 10 minus 7 will give us 3. 9 minus 3 will give you 6, and 1 minus 1, of course, it's 0. So the value of q is equals to 6.3. Now let's proceed to number 9. For us to find the value of the letter given there, or the missing number, we are going to add 11 whole number 3 over 4 plus 2 whole number 1 all over 4. First we need to add the whole number, and 11 plus 2 will give us 13. Now here we are not going to look for LCM, because the two given numbers, that is the denominators, are the same. Since they are the same, what we need to do is to add the upper numbers, that is 3 plus 1, that is equals to 4 over 4, and 4 divided by 4 will give me 1. So we say 13 plus 1 is equals to 14. So the value of C is equals to 14. Now let's proceed to number 10. In number 10, the main answer has been given. We are looking for the value of D, so we are going to subtract 22 centimeter minus 11 centimeter. So we have it as 1 here, 1 here. So our answer is 11 centimeter. So therefore the value of D is equals to 11 centimeter. Now let's proceed to section C. In this section we are going to add, that is 14 plus 13 is equals to 4 plus 3 will give me 7, 1 plus 1 will give me 2. Now we are going to use this method to find the value of the letters or the missing numbers. Here we say 171 plus 121. Let's add them up. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. 7 plus 2 will give you 9. 1 plus 1 will give you 2. So the value of U is equals to 292. Now let's quickly also look at number 12. Here we are going to subtract since the main answer has been given. How do we do that? So say 190 naira .00 kobo minus 79.50 kobo. Okay, now here we're going to say 0 minus 0 will give you 0. Of course, it's not possible to subtract 5 from 0. We need to borrow. We can't borrow from this 0. We'll come to 9 and borrow. What do we have? We have 8. Add it here. You have 10. Borrow 1 again. You have 9. Add it up here. You have what? 10. 10 minus 5 will give you 5. 9 minus 9 is 0. Don't forget to place your decimal points. 8 minus 7 will give you 1. 1 minus nothing is 1. So the value of K is equals to 110 naira points 50 kobo. Now let's proceed to number 13. In this number 13, here we need to add, that is 23.4 plus 9.9. 4 plus 9 will give me 13. Write 3 and carry 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, and 4 plus 9 will give me 13. Don't forget to place your decimal. You write 3 whole number and you carry 1. 1 plus 2 will give you 3. So the value of E is equals to 33.3. Okay, now let's proceed to number 14. In this number 14, here we are going to find the value of A by subtracting. That is 197 centimeter minus 47 centimeter. So 7 minus 7 is 0. 9 minus 4 will give me 5, and 1 minus nothing will give you 1. So our answer is 150 centimeters. So the value of A is 150 centimeters. Okay, now let's proceed to number 15. Here we're going to find the value of G. Of course, we need to subtract since the answer has been given. So we'll say 63 hours minus 47 hours. Okay, it is not possible for us to take away 7 from 3, so we need to borrow. If you borrow 1 here, you have 5, add it here, that's 13. 13 minus 7 will give us 5. 5 minus 1 will give us 1, so we have 15 hours. The value of G is equals to 15 hours. Now let's proceed to section D. Here it says we should study this example carefully. 5 multiplied by 2. 5 multiplied by 2 is equals to 10. 6 multiplied by 3 is equals to 18. 7 multiplied by 4 is equals to 28. 9 times 9 is equals to 81. 10 times 10 is equals to 100. 12 times 12 will give you 144, and the square root of 49 is equals to 7. The square root of 81 is equals to 9. The square root of 169 is equals to 13. Now let's proceed to number 16. In number 16, we are not going to apply the same method just as the way we have done in the given examples, because the workings are different. Here we are going to multiply each and every first number in the bracket by 2 in order to get the value. That is 13 multiplied by 2 will give me 26. 17 multiplied by 2, that will give us 34. Here what we have is box has been given, multiplied by 2 is equals to 36. So therefore we need to divide 36 by 2, and that will give us 18. So the value of the box is 18. Okay, now let's proceed to number 17. Here we are going to find the square of the given first numbers in the bracket. 5 square is equals to 25. Box square is equals to 36. 7 square is equals to 49. Now the question is, how do we find the missing number? Here we are going to find the square root of the given number, that is 36, and that is equals to 6. So the value of the missing number is 6. Now number 18. Okay, here we are going to do a different working entirely. It is not a must that the first working and the second one, the third one, will be the same thing. Here we are going to multiply 9 times 7, and that will give me 63. 10 times 8 will give me 80. 11 multiplied by 9 is equals to 99. So the value of box is equals to 11. Okay, now let's proceed to number 19. Here we are still going to find the square roots of the first numbers in the brackets. Here we're going to find the square root of 144, and that will give me 12. The square root of 121, and that will give you 11. And also the third one, we need to apply the same thing. Now let's proceed to number 20. Here we see 9 plus 10 is equals to 19. 10 plus 11 is equals to 21. 11 plus 12 will give us 23. So therefore the value of the box is equals to 23. Now let's proceed to section E. Here we are going to carefully look at the examples before we proceed. 12 divided by 3 is equals to 4. Use this 4 to multiply 7, and that will give us 28. Now we can equally apply the same thing by saying 28 divided by 7 is equals to 4. Use this 4 to multiply 3, and that will give you 12. At the same time, we can say 28 divided by 7, that will give me 4. We can equally use that 4 to divide 12 in order to get, use it to multiply, use it to divide 12, that will give you 3. Now how do we look for 7? It's simple. Divide 12 divided by 3 is equals to 4. You now say 28 divided by 4 is equals to 7. We're going to use the working here to find the value of the missing numbers in 22, 23 and the rest. Okay, now in 22 rather, how do we find the value of 22? It's simple. 49 divided by 7 is equals to 7. We'll now see that 7 multiplied by 8, and 7 multiplied by 8 will give us 56. So therefore the missing number is equals to 56. Okay, how do we find the value of the missing number in number 23? Simple. 39 divided by 13 is equals to 3. Here we are going to use these 3 to divide 51 by saying 51 divided by 3, and that will give us 17. So the missing number in number 23 is equals to 17. Now let's proceed to number 24. How do we find the value of the missing number in 24? We'll say 168 divided by 21. Now it's simple. If you cannot cut using big numbers, you just get a small factor that can go in it. 3 here will give me 7, 3 here will give me 5, remainder 1, 3 here will give me 6. Okay, what do we have? 56 divided by 7. 7 in 56 will give me 8. Now we are going to use that 8 to multiply 9, and 8 times 9 will give me 72. Yes, now we are going to proceed with our working in 25. How do we find the missing number in 25? Of course, we need to divide. And what are we dividing? 40 divided by 10 is equals to 4. Use that 4 to multiply 100. 100 multiplied by 4 will give us 400. So the value of the missing number is 400 in 25. Now let's proceed to section F. Here in section F, they said we should study these examples carefully. 4 multiplied by 5 is equals to 20. 20 multiplied by 5 is equals to 100. We are going to use this information to find the value of the missing numbers in each box that we have. Okay, 4 multiplied by 7 will give you 28. 28 multiplied by 3. 3 times 8 will give you 24. Write 4 and carry 2. 3 times 2 will give you 6. 6 plus 2 will give you 8. So the value of the missing number is 84. Now how do we find the value of the missing number in 27? Here we are going to say 30 divided by open brackets 5 times 3 close bracket. 5 times 3 will give us 15, and 30 divided by 15 will give us 2. So the value of the missing number in the box is 2. Now let's proceed to 28. Here we are going to say 14 multiplied by 3, and that is equals to 42. 42 multiplied by 3 again. 3 times 2 will give you 6. 3 times 4 will give you 12. So the missing number in the box is 126. Now let's proceed to 29. 1 times 9 is equals to 9. 18 multiplied by 9. 9 times 8 will give you 72. Write 2 and carry 7. 9 times 1 is 9. Then 9 plus 7 that we are carrying will give us 16. So our answer is 162. Now let's proceed to number 13. Here, since the answer has been given, that is the answer in the middle of the triangle has been given, so therefore we need to divide it by the product of the outer numbers. 5 times 5 will give us 25. So we say 125 divided by 25. 125 divided by 25. Now let's use 5 to cut. 5 here will give us 5. 5 here will give us 2, remainder 2. 5 here will give us 5. Of course, we have 25 divided by 5. And 5 will go in 25 as 5. So the value of the box is equals to 5. Now let's proceed to section G. In this section G, here I would like to explain the sample before we proceed. 35 plus 15 is equals to 15. 60 minus 15 is equals to 10. And for us to find the value of any of these number, we have to follow the working in the sample. Okay, now how do we find the value of the missing number in 31? We'll say 14 plus 22, and that will give us 36. 36 is the missing number in number 31. Now let's proceed to 32. How do we find the missing number in 32? We'll say 78 minus 46. 8 minus 6 will give you 2. 7 minus 4 will give you 3. So the value of the box is 32. Now let's proceed to 33. How do we find the value of the missing number in 33? If 6 plus box is equals to 72, what do we do to find the value of the box? Here we are going to say 72 minus 6 to get the value of the box. Of course, we cannot subtract 6 from 2. We need to borrow 1, remainder 6. Add 1 here, you have 12. 12 minus 6 will give you 6. 6 minus nothing will give you 6, and that is 66. So therefore, the value of the box is equals to 66. Okay, now let's proceed to 34. How do we find the value of a box in 34? We say box plus 12 is equals to 23. So for us to find the value of the box, we need to subtract 12 from 23, and that is 11. Okay, now let's proceed to 35. How do we find the value of 35? For us to find the value of 35, you need to find the difference between 45 and 32. 5 minus 2 will give me 3, and 4 minus 3 will give us 1. The value of the box is equals to 13. Now let's proceed to section H. In this section H, we are going to multiply the opposite numbers that we have, and both of them must be equal. 4 times 18 is equals to 72. 6 multiplied by 12 will give me 72. In other words, both sides must be equal. Okay, now we're going to use this working to find the value of the given boxes that we have here. If 20 times 3 is equals to 60, box multiplied by 12 is equals to 60. How do we find the value of this? We need to divide. That is 60 divided by 12, and that will give me 5. So the value of the missing number in number 36 is equals to 5. Now let's proceed to number 37. If 6 multiplied by 12 is equals to 72, box multiplied by 2 is equals to 72. What do we do to find the value of the box? We say 72 divided by 2. 2 here, 1. 2 in 7 will give us 3, remainder 1. 2 in 12 will give us 6. So we have it as 36. So the value of the missing number is 36. Okay, now let's proceed to number 38. In 38, what do we do? Here we say 22 whole number 1 all over 4 times 2 is equals to 45. So therefore, box times 9 is equals to 45. How do we find the value of the box? We say 45 divided by 9 is equals to 5. The value of the box is 5. Here we say if 6 times 11 is equals to 66. Box times 22 is equals to 66. What is the value of the box? So we say 66 divided by 22. Of course, we can use 2. 2 here give us 11. 2 here will give us 33. 33 divided by 11. 11 here 1. 11 here will give us 3. So the missing number in the box is equals to 3. Now let's proceed to number 40. Here we're going to say 12 multiplied by 4 is equals to 48. 24 multiplied by box is equals to 48. How do we find the missing number? Here we're going to say 48 divided by 24. Of course, we can use 2, we can use 6 to cut, even 3. So I would love a situation whereby we use 6. 6 here, 4. 6 here is equals to 8. 8 all over 4. 4 here, 1. 4 here will give you 2. So the value of the box is equals to 2. Thank you, and I wish you good luck. Please, I would like us to subscribe to this YouTube channel in order to get more videos on other tests. Thank you.